When Dave Keon left the Maple Leafs training camp, there was rumors of suspensions and all kinds of sanctions the Leafs are going to place on him. Here's what Al Eagleson had to say about this. And Eagleson doesn't sound much like an advocate for all the players, does he? Sounds like he only advocates for the players who pay him money. Eagleson said Dave Keon did not have to report to the Leafs training camp in the first place. But once he did, he is subject to all the rules of the training camp. If they say he has to eat breakfast at 8 a.m., he has to do that. If they say play an exhibition game, he has to do that. Now, if Davey had taken Eagles' advice, he'd be in better shape in his contract position, wouldn't he? Well, the Rangers suspended their 4 holdouts and refused to negotiate with their representatives, and we don't hear the NHLPA screaming bloody murder and coming to their defense, do we? The reason's obvious as we look back from 50 years in the future, but in 1970, what was happening then wasn't quite so apparent. While with the benefit of hindsight, we ask these questions now, it's pretty hard to find those that were questioning Eagleson's motives back then, except maybe for those good folks at Pro Sports Incorporated. And what of Davey Keon this week? As we mentioned, he walked out of the Leafs camp after his request for $125,000 a year salary was flatly rejected. Dave was very relaxed about the whole thing, and according to those who spoke to him, they said he really was just letting the process play out. There were even a couple of reporters that Dave sat down with informally, and he told them that he's just fine. Everything's going to work itself out. He simply said that the next move would have to be made by the team. General Manager Jim Gregory countered that. He said that he had made Dave the best offer he could and that there's no more money other than what he had offered Davey in his last offer. Gregory said that offer to Keon was the best contract ever offered to any Toronto Maple Leaf player other than Tim Horton. You will remember that last fall, Tim was holding out and the Leafs paid him $80,000. This is the best contract before that, so it's obvious the Leafs are offering their captain Dave Keon less than Tim Horton, whom they found it necessary to trade last March. Keon says he's planning on working out on his own until the agreement can be reached, and he still feels it does, but he's not going to make the next call. By the end of the week, we learned that Dave's 2 business associates, Harry Neal and Mike Ellick, their partners in the Dave Keon Billy Harris Hockey School, they were working out with Dave at a rink in Toronto and putting Dave through some pretty severe paces, we understand as well. Billy Harris, by the way, the other partner with Davey Keon in that hockey school, was attempting a comeback with the Pittsburgh Penguins, but the word is that wasn't going very well for Billy.